Hey there, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Chuck. I hope you are safe and well. I know we are. Chuck, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Coastal's doing great.
Indeed.
So it's a crazy new normal, but we're doing well, and I'm doing well.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Hanging in there, getting all my work done, adapting to this new situation. But
Yep.
it seems like we've been at it a while. Are you drinking coffee today?
No, I'm not. What are you drinking? It's
Um,
too late in the afternoon.
I thought about that, and I'm having one anyway. So this is actually from Lowe's Foods. It's the Boxcar Coffee Company, which is I
Oh,
believe it's their private label coffee. So they've got
ah,
ground and whole bean. It's good. It's good coffee though. So it's local-ish. It's North
awesome.
Carolina. Nice dark roast, like I like. So how's everything going?
Good, good.
Good. Good. Good. Good.
So our business model, as you know, is about employee engagement, member loyalty, financial strength, and community impact. And so we have been following that model throughout this crisis. It started with the first work, which consumed most of March, was about creating a safe work environment for employees, which entailed moving a lot of people out of our headquarters building to either work from home or working from our branch locations. We accomplished that in a couple of weeks. The great news there is we have had no confirmed COVID-19 cases among any of our employees. We've had maybe 10 or 12 that went into self-quarantine because they were around somebody that did test positive. But we've been able to create a very safe workplace for our employees, and employee engagement is still very high. We spent most of April focused on, now that that's done, what do we need to do for members who are being affected by this in a very big way? And so April was all about thinking about how do we help our members cope with the financial challenges this is creating, particularly those who are unemployed or may have a spouse that's unemployed. So we, over the course of April, we put in a number of programs that essentially allow members to defer loan payments on just about every loan with Coastal. And there's a difference between how you do it for a car loan versus a Visa versus a mortgage. But we've now essentially the whole portfolio. And Joe, you and the marketing team have done a great job in being able to communicate that to Coastal 24. But we want members to be able to get through this period without feeling like they have to choose between, I got to make a mortgage payment or a car loan payment or put food on the table. And so those all rolled out during April. I think we've now done about 11,000 loans where we process various kinds of payment deferrals. And the other thing we took a look at was fees. What are fees that we can easily waive during this period? And the two that we really focused on were late fees on loans. Some people may choose not to get a deferral because they think it's going to be real short, but they may go late. So we're waiving late fees on all loans, and we decided to, on non-sufficient funds, when a member bounces a check, I think our fee was, I don't know, $32. It's now a penny. And so we're trying to make it financially easier on our members to get through this crisis. In the aftermath of the 2008-2009 crisis, we created a member assistance program. In February, we had 3 employees in that group, and we kept that group operational for the past 10 or 12 years. I think now we have as many as 40 people connected to that work to handle the volume of requests that are coming in from members. So, we're ready to help in any way we can. We suspended all foreclosures on homes, all repossessions of cars. for at least 90 days. We shifted our focus to the second leg of the stool, which is how do we help our members? And I think that's going pretty well. Our financial results will be lower than we had expected, but still, at least based on what we know today, pretty decent for the year. And then finally, on the community impact front, Coastal donated $1 million to the Coastal Foundation. I think it was in 2018. And so we've been able to use that this year through our foundation to donate over $700,000 to a variety of nonprofits throughout the Triangle that are working with families that have significant food needs or other needs due to loss of jobs and so forth. And so, again, we focused on that business model. We can continue to focus on it, and it's been the right thing to do for us. And I hope our members feel like we're doing all we can do to help them.
I know from the members that I've heard from and the ones that I've talked to, that's definitely the sentiment. Hearing from people that, wow, it's thanks for stepping in and helping me out with my loan or with these fees.
Yep.
What's really encouraging is when I hear from the people who, just respond and say, like, thanks. I don't need that. I'm okay right now, but thank you, because I know it's there if something changes. And that's pretty strong. And then we've gotten just a ton of just great comments and publicity around what we've done with the community stuff.
Yeah.
And that's where it just keeps going and going. So a lot of it's, not just, here's what the Coastal Foundation's been able to put into the community, but what the community resources are actually doing to help, and being able to steer people to them for the help that they need and the assistance they can give. Or if they're one of those people who I don't need help right now, or I'm in, still in pretty good condition, and I've got a little extra money because I'm not going out to eat and I'm not traveling. Right. They've been able to donate to those nonprofits as well and give them a little extra support. So we're hitting it from all sides.
Well, and it's interesting, people who still have jobs, good incomes, they're not spending it as they were before. They're not eating out all the time. They're not, their discretionary spending they're not using. And so we're seeing a surge in savings accounts. So our total member savings are up 15% over last year. And a big chunk of that's occurred in the first 4 months of 2020. So members who have the ability to save through this period are taking advantage of it.
That's good. So you've covered the big picture. We've got employees well covered. We've got members taken care of for what they need. We're giving back to the community, and we're still pretty strong financially.
Yes.
Any other thoughts about what the outlook is for the remainder of the year?
Well, as you know, we adopted the mission statement, "Bank Better to Live Better," a few years ago. And I don't think there's never been a time when that's a better statement for who we are. Because now living better is taking on a whole new perspective, a whole new dimension. And so we're making decisions based on that mission. And we're a credit union, member-owned credit union operating in the banking business. The reason we do it is to help make members' lives better. And that's what we're going to continue to focus on. We're starting to think about the future. We have a group working on what does reopening Coastal look like and when. Should have more on that out in the next couple of weeks. We have a group working on what does the world look like in 2022 and what do we need to do today to be prepared to be effective in that environment. I think this crisis is going to have lasting impacts on consumer behavior, and there will be some industries that die and there'll be some industries that rise. I think order online and have delivered or pick up is here to stay. So what does that look like for banking? And then we're also starting to think about 10 years out. What's the 10-year long-term impacts of this crisis, how we react to it, how long it takes, and how does it change our business, how does it affect our membership, and how do we make sure we're ready to thrive long term?
I think we're going to get there. I think
We will.
I
We
think
got a
we'll
great
get
team.
there. Working to shape
Yep.
what the new normal looks like.
Yep.
But to be thrown into the situation and to be able to adapt as quickly as we have, and in hindsight, have been prepared for it. I think it just it speaks to the leadership of the organization. It speaks to the confidence that we have from our board of directors and our members, but also the talent that we have across the organization, our employees. And I think when you were talking to it was co-op, and you were talking about what got us through this. It was it was planning, it was preparedness, and it was having the right people ready to go.
Yep, absolutely.
And
that's what it took.
I've got complete confidence in you and our leadership and my coworkers. I make that long commute into the dining room every morning, and I'm proud of where I work. I know that what we're doing is going to be good for our members, good for each other, and great for the community. So, thank you for getting us through this.
I'm hoping we can do one of these back in our studio at the office in the next month or two.
Yes. Actually, we owe Briar Creek a visit.
We do.
Yeah,
we do indeed.
So whenever we can, we'll do one from Briar Creek. But that
good.
branch is it's open for drive-through now, but hopefully we'll get the lobby open in the near future.
Maybe we'll do Briar Creek in June.
Sounds good. I hope so.
All right.
I hope
Let's
so.
do it.
Cool. So any final thoughts before we wrap up?
Nope. Take care, everybody. Be safe.
Be safe, everyone. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks for tuning in.